Hi, welcome to another Nerdy. Today I will talk to you about four-wheel steering, more specifically active rear-wheel steering. Uh, this is a system that a lot of manufacturers are using right now. I'm talking, for example, about BMW, Infiniti, Porsche, even Ferrari these days are using a system like this, Audi, and they all work in pretty much the same way. What the system does is, when you go slowly in the corner, the rear wheels turn in the opposite direction than the front wheels. And when you're going in higher speeds, it does the exact opposite. It turns in the same direction that the front wheels. The reason the system does this is it's because at slower speeds the car have a bigger tendency to understeer. So it turns in the opposite direction of the front wheels because that prevents understeer. That increases the tendency of a car to oversteer and decreases the tendency of the car to understeer. When you turn in the same direction of the front wheels, it does the exact opposite, which means it increases the tendency to understeer and decreases the tendency to oversteer, because at higher speeds the cars have more tendency to oversteer. Of course, the system is called active because the system also actively, this is the standard operation, let's call it like that, but the system actively adapts to the situation. If your car starts understeering, then the wheels will turn in the exact opposite of the front wheels to decrease understeer and maybe even provoke a slight oversteer. And the opposite if oversteer happens. The systems act actively to stabilize the car. It's almost kind of like stability control, but the stability control doesn't use brakes, so it doesn't slow the car. So it's kind of better than a stability control. Of course, you also have stability control in modern cars. And the way the manufacturers give the system an opportunity to work is they delay a bit the operation of the stability control, because it's better to stabilize the car using this system because it doesn't slow the car as much and actually increases the dynamic limits of a car by a little bit. This system doesn't work just like that. It also has, as you can see, you can corner faster with this system, especially in slaloms where you have constant changes of direction. Constant in slaloms, VTA test, this system increases the performance of the car significantly in these circumstances. Behind this, it also helps the car in braking, because you never brake. When you brake a car, you always have a little bit of difference of traction between the wheels, between the left and the right wheels. There is always going to be a difference, and the bigger the difference, the more the ABS will have to restrain the brakes to try to keep the car straight while braking. Okay, and what the system does is, if there is a size that has more grip than the other, it uses the rear wheels to counter steer and keep the car stabilized, and can actually brake harder with the car stabilized. If you have a big difference in traction between the left and the right wheels, this system will decrease the braking distance by a huge margin. It's really a lot. I cannot tell you the numbers right now, but I've seen differences that are definitely big, really big. It can almost be like 30% less. It can be a huge difference. So as you can see, the system has a lot of advantages. Of course, there is also some disadvantages. Okay, a lot of people don't like this car's feel to drive, how this car's feel to drive. Okay, because you feel the back wheel doing its thing automatically. You don't like that. Some people think it's scary. I believe the system, after you get used to it, I don't think it's a problem. But until you get used to it, yeah, you're probably not gonna like it. Although the system is working to make your car corner faster, more safely, you can brake safer. The system may not feel natural. You may feel the system working and you may find that weird, even scary. Okay, if you feel the back, the back wheels turn in the opposite direction of the front, for example, it can feel to you like the back is oversteering, and that can be scary. Of course, there are systems. Some manufacturers are taking that more into account and are trying to make the system work more imperceptibly to the user. Some don't care so much about that, and I guess it's fine, because after you get used to it, I don't think it's going to be a problem. But until you get used to it, yeah, you're probably not going to like it. The system, of course, also consumes some power. I'm not sure how significant that amount is, but it will consume some power and add some weight. The weight's not actually that much. I cannot tell you the exact amount, but it will of course increase the price and at least slightly decrease the energy efficiency of the car. But overall, I think the advantages dynamically are huge, and the disadvantages are basically economical, and I don't think they are that huge. I think more manufacturers should use this system, because I think it's really amazing the numbers, how better the numbers you can get of a car in dynamic tests, like I said, slalom, VDA test, braking with big differences in traction. In those circumstances, the advantages are amazing. You also have better, because of the slow speed, the rear wheels turn in the opposite direction of the front. You also get more agilities. You will have a smaller turning circles, and it's just better agility in the town. Even if you don't take in consideration the increase in the dynamic limits of the car, you at least have the increased agility in town and when you're parking and all that. So I think the system it definitely works, and it's worth having if you can have a car with this system. Well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.